hockey and the NCAA promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, sexist, or disrespectful comments or other intimidating actions will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the site of competition. We thank you for your cooperation. RPI Athletics would like to remind everyone that face masks are to be worn at all times when inside Houston Fieldhouse. Failure to comply will result in immediate removal from the facility. Thank you for your cooperation. Now let's meet the next starting lineup. First, the visitors from Canisius. At left wing, a senior from Whitby, Ontario, number 81, Mitchell Martin. At center is a senior from Thornhill, Ontario, number 28, Lee Lapide. And at the right wing, a junior from Fall River, British Columbia, number 8, Ethan Mestre-Donato. On the fence, a junior from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, number 5, David Miller-Radley. And a graduate student from Columbia, Illinois, number 15, Joey Matthews. The goaltender for the Golden Griffins, a junior from O'Fallon, Missouri, number 30, Jacob Rochester. The rest of the Golden Griffins and their head coach, Trevor Roberts. And now, let's meet the starting lineup of the Canisius RPI. At the left wing is the senior from Espoo, Finland, number 11, Arvile Leppinen. At center for the Engineers, a junior from Highland Park, Illinois, number 14, Zach Kaminsky. At the right wing, a senior from Shelby, Michigan, number 7, Nick Bowman. On the bench for the Engineers, a junior from Nashville, Tennessee, number 2, Simon Taylor. At right bench, a junior from Howell, New Jersey, number 4, Mason Clean. And in the goal, he's a graduate student from Victoria, British Columbia, number 1, Lincoln Marshall. The rest of the Engineers. Their head coaches, assistant coaches, Chuck Weber, and the DS Knight. And now, ladies and gentlemen, to honor our two great nations and the men and women who have served and continue to serve, we ask that you please rise and remove your hats as the RPI Pep Band will play the national anthems of Canada and the United States of America.
Good evening, hockey fans, and welcome to the Houston Fieldhouse for tonight's non-league matchup. It's the first of two games between the Golden Griffins of Canisius College and the Engineers of RPI. I'm Perry Lascaris, along with Dan Pridgeon, here on RPI TV and ESPN+. And Dan, RPI coming off of a loss and a tie last weekend against Bowling Green, taking on a team they've only played once before, well, twice before, but in 1 year, 2019-20, when they took 2 games from Canisius. One was a blowout here, one was a tight game over in Buffalo.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to be looking to move the score. Canisius is. They just split with Penn State. And, of course, as you mentioned, with Bowling Green, RPI tied and lost last weekend. So they're looking to be getting into the win column.
Early turnover in the attacking zone. RPA trying to set up shop here as Ottoville Lepinen tried to center. He'll pick it up again on the half wall. Lepinen, a senior, out of Espoo, Finland. Working it down low for Nick Bowman. Nick Bowman leads the team with 7 shots so far this year, and he threw it away at the point. It's intercepted by Lapide. Lee Lapide across into the zone comes Martin. He fans on a shot as he was impeded by Lepinen, and it'll go back behind the goal. Mason Klee will pick it up there as both teams will make changes. The only two staying on the ice were the RPI defensemen there. Thrown into a skate right in front of the Canisius bench. They'll turn it around at center ice. Hernandez, that's Randy Hernandez, a transfer from Robert Morris, averaged a point a game last year for the Colonials. He and the goaltender tonight, Jacob Barcheski, both all first team, or excuse me, preseason all Atlantic hockey. Now a break into the zone. A shot and a save made by Marshall. Clean breakaway chance there, and the second try goes wide. Shane Seller chopping at it. And it'll be whacked out of the zone by Dowell, but an early opportunity there for Canisius.
Yeah, real good save by Marshall. He's tested early. He's on his game. Stage square, quick shot, tried to go 5-hole, and turnover by RPI early in the first period. Another
shot there. That one comes off the stick of Ryan Miato, junior from Thorold, Ontario, former Alberni Valley Bulldog. A couple of decent looks at the net already for Canisius, but Marshall's kept them out.
They'll be feeling each other out pretty early here in the game.
Face off here. It was Lapide with the earlier chance, and now a shot off the netting. I think it went out of play. That's the whistle comes. 18:13 to go in the period. Faceoff will come outside the zone, I guess. They changed the rule a couple of years ago where anything shot towards the net, didn't matter if it was deflected off of an offensive or a defensive player, created an offensive zone faceoff. I guess the officials saw it a different way, as it'll be chopped out to center ice. Kyle Halbauer back to pick it up. Senior from Howell, New Jersey. Throws it off the end wall for the transfer from UMass Lowell, Anthony Baxter. Puck back to the Canisius line where they take over again. Hudson Lambert. Thrown cross ice, broken up. That was Tour Linden. Now Walsh across. Massey walking in, and he fanned on the shot as it went wide. Ryan Massey took advantage of a defensive zone mishap against Bowling Green to score his first goal of the year last Saturday. And that time it was Tour Linden with a nice interception at the blue line to set things up there.
Yeah, he was right on top of the goaltender and just fanned on the shot. I think he looked up at the net just as the puck, he was shooting, and the puck just dribbled off his stick.
Back to the point. Jake Johnson having a good start to his senior season as it flipped up into the netting off the shot attempt by Baxter. A couple of Canisius players running into each other at center ice there. But Johnson, a +2 on the year, leads the team in block shots with 6. That's what you want from your defenseman. You're on the ice for more goals than goals against, and you're getting in the way of shots at the other end.
Definitely a good way to start out the season, and you want to try to maintain that consistency, is being in the plus and, you know, doing all you can to prevent shots from getting to the goaltender.
Shot by Agnew, I think, got through to Barcheski, who was looking the other way, but it might have hit him in the pad as it's back out through center. Dumped in by Mitchell Martin, senior from Whitby, Ontario. Back behind the goal it goes. Lapide chases. Jacob Lee plays for the first time. He did not play in either of RPI's first 2 games. Lee is a Another one of the RPI transfers from Merrimack College. As it's moved out to center by John Beaton. He played Friday but not Saturday. Oh, backhander save made on the try by Lee. So an early shot on goal for Jacob Lee.
Yeah, not much for him to handle. Just redirected with the blocker into the corner. But they got to get on him, take some shots early just to test him. See if he's in this game.
Barczewski wound up playing in both games of last year's season series, or not, I shouldn't say last year, 2019-20, against RPI, as Mason Klee tried to step into one and he put it wide as he didn't catch it cleanly. He came on as a replacement in the first game, as it's the stick handled into the zone by Bowman. Now a chance to break the other way. Race for the puck here, poking at it was Klee. Has his man tied up as Hernandez taps it to the corner. Back to the blue line. Here's Earn. Fakes a shot, takes a shot, hit a teammate in front. It hit Mastra Donato, and RPI is able to clear it out. And they'll restart again. Earn through the middle, that's picked away. And now here's Adamo with a nice stick handle. All by himself in the attacking zone, trying to throw it back as reinforcements were arriving. Then Surdy gets blown up. Puck pops back to Seller, but he can't corral it, and back come the Golden Griffins. Miato a shot and a save. He tried to beat Marshall under that right arm, but Marshall was able to keep things tight down there and hold on for the whistle. 15:09 to play first period. No score, but some early quick shots for Canisius, but good to see Lyndon Marshall has started this game sharp.
Yeah, Canisius has started on the physical side as well. That was a good check by Miato just inside the offensive blue line on defenseman Jake Johnson.
Face off here, won by the Engineers. Pops loose to Walsh, hands it off to Tour Linden, shielding the puck out of his own zone. Good strong play on the puck by Linden, one of the two RPI captains. As it's worked back out towards center, Linden. To make that was the defenseman Surdy. Digging for it, Walsh. And now carried out by Mashey. Dumped in. And the Golden Griffins will try to work it out the near side, but it's kept in by Mashey. It comes down off the dasher behind the goal. Back to the blue line from Linden. Johnson feeds it right back down low. Ryan Mashey now. 4 former Brooks Bandits in the game. We'll get to those in a minute, including Mashey, as Linden spins around and throws it off the skate of Ryan Mashey, who's camped out in the slot there. Johnson will dump it back in, and both teams will get some changes going.
Yeah, Mashey was caught, had the gun loaded, ready to pull the trigger. It was just off the mark. Early on that forecheck when Linden had the puck behind the net, he had Walsh in front wide open. He just didn't get to him the puck quick enough.
There's a backhander by Justin Adamo. It's sticked away. Rory Herman has a goal so far this year. Back to the point, a shot deflects in front. That was Seller at the point, and then Adamo puts one wide. Lifted towards the line, but not out. Kept in by Seller, stick handling, trying to center it. Thrown back to the blue line. Kept in there by Agnew. As RPI cycling the puck in the circle now. Here comes Hallbauer moving his way in. Twisting and turning is Kyle Hallbauer across. Agnew fans on the shot. Goes back behind. Adamo. Blind backhand pass out in front. He was looking for Seller. And Seller keeps it alive. This is a big group out there for RPI, and they're throwing their body around and making things happen. Seller again. Back to the blue line. Hallbauer thought about a wrister, tried to give it back, and ended up throwing it to an open wing, and he's the next one to it. Finally a chance for Canisius to try and clear the puck out. And it was Miller Ragney got it as far as the line, but RPI keeps putting the pressure on. Broken up at center ice by Jacob Laka. He'll dump it right back in. Barczewski, go ahead.
I was going to say that was a good shift by that line. They're using their body, but they're also beating Canisius to the puck in the offensive zone, which is real important for puck possession.
If you can be bigger and quicker, it's a tough combination to deal with. Laka in deep now, trying to tie his man up. Corey Thomas, former Catamount, in there for the Golden Griffins. Earn will clear, try to avoid a hit. Hernandez waits for it at the red line. Shot back the other way by Baxter. Should be icing on RPI, and it is. 11:57 to go first period. A little more pace to this first period than we saw last weekend, Dan.
Yeah, definitely. RPI's, moving their feet and getting to the puck first, which is real important. Getting in on the forecheck and trying to create some offense in the zone. Canisius kind of being the tail on the dog right now, chasing RPI around.
Clean face-off, win back to Lambert. Throws it off a leg. It's loose in the slot. And cleared out on a soft dump to center by John Beaton, sophomore from Stittsville, Ontario. He's playing in his second game for these Engineers. This will hop up over the glass. Center ice draw coming up.
Stittsville, Ontario. That's about a half hour I'm originally from in Arnprior, up in the Ottawa Valley.
Okay. Right across the river there?
Or
further north?
Yeah, we're on the Ontario side.
Oh, okay.
Across the river is Quebec.
Okay. Further west I was talking, more towards,
yes.
like from St. Lawrence I was speaking. Yes.
Yes,
that
exactly.
part of the river. Okay.
Yes.
I wasn't totally wrong. Here comes Bowman. Walking in. A shot and a save. Talked about his propensity to shoot the puck, Nick Bowman. He has a good, strong wrist shot, and you saw it there again. It was a good save by Barczewski.
Well, I think that's a good play. Shoot the puck. Maybe there's a rebound. You've got two guys going to the net looking for rebounds. In that case, Barczewski didn't leave a rebound, but it's never a bad play to shoot the puck on goal.
Preseason All-Atlantic hockey for Barczewski. He was in net for the 3-2 RPI win. He started the game against RPI, had 28 saves for Canisius last year. RPI swept the season series, a home-and-home non-conference against Canisius back in 2019-20 as Jack Agnew, former BC Eagle, throws his man to the ice. Huge hit there as he knocked down Ambrosio, now back come the Engineers. Little dangle there and a backhand shot off the side of the cage. Still Bowman, he throws it in front again, and that time it hit the netminder Barczewski, no cover it up.
That was a solid hit on Ambrosio. He's not very big, 5'10", and looked like he had a little bit of air time before he hit the ice along the wall.
Face-off win here. Kjellberg a shot. That was blocked. Back out to center. Mason Klee back to get it out of Morrison, Colorado. And nearly a chance for Master Donato to jump the other way, but the puck just hopped on him in the neutral zone. Sent back down. It'll be gathered up and worked up the boards. Broken up there by Tour Linden. Back to the point. Too hot to handle for Klee. It's back down the ice.
Referee felt he could have played that, and that's why icing was negated.
Tipped along. Earn breaks it up. Over to help out is Corey Thomas. And now carried back the other way. Shot in by Graval. Simon Graval. Another one of those former Brooks Bandits. Keeps it in at the blue line. And sent back out to Earn. Earn will lob it back towards the RPI line. Intercepted by the glove of Klee. Sent back across looking for Seller. That's picked off. And neither team can really find a rhythm here in the neutral zone. Finally breaking in is Hernandez. Rudy Hernandez past the slide of Lee. And Lee puts his stick in there. Actually, it was Herman trying to break that up on the slide. On his belly. Now to the point. There's lots of time out there. Shot came in. It hit the skate of Adamo. As Seller tried to clear but couldn't do so. Had to wait for a couple of teammates, and he didn't wait long enough. That was Jackson Decker, sophomore from Algonquin, Illinois. Brought it across the line too early, offside the call.
That was a close one. I thought he might have got out just in time, but
yeah,
referee called it on the offside. You're right, Perry. Good pace of this game so far.
A lot better than, I wouldn't say it was sluggish for the Bowling Green RPI contest, but certainly I think there's a little, they've gotten into things a little bit quicker here.
Yeah, well, there's longer sustained play before the puck could go up in the stands or You know, it'd go out of the rink and be intermittent whistles and kind of slowed the game down a little bit. This one seemed to be some good flow to it early.
So we have the 4 Brooks Bandits.
Yep.
Was that ever a thing when you were recruiting players? You try to find a couple of guys maybe from the same junior team. They knew each other a little bit, or was it just kind of coincidentally you wanted a similar type of player?
You know, usually in situations like that, you're there to watch somebody, and then all of a sudden somebody else catches your eye, so you end up recruiting 2 of them instead of just
Agnew.
one.
Not to interrupt you, but Agnew really put a hit into Ambrosio there.
But yeah, and I mean, you might start recruiting one, and then later on develop a liking towards another, and with one being recruited, you know, they talk to each other, and next thing you know, you end up with both of them.
I mean, RPI's had a number of those type situations. The one that comes to mind for me is Chase Polachek and Brian Brutlag from Holy Angels in my home state of Minnesota. I guess that's why it comes to mind. But obviously, Polachek was a 2-time Hobie Baker finalist and All-American.
Yep.
And Brutlag, I guess, was originally who RPI was looking at when they went to Holy Angels. And Brutlag was a fine player, nothing against Brian, but Chase Polachek really turned himself into the player that he was when he was here at RPI.
Yes.
It wasn't he came in as an undersized true freshman and turned himself into a top player by working hard at his craft here.
And again, and I think time was on his side because the game at that point started changing where the smaller players that had speed, they cut out the interference, the clutch and grab, and it became more of a
little more freedom.
Yeah, a little bit more open space out there.
We're going to do this face-off again. Referees today, Anthony DiPuzzo and Joe Carasoni. Linesmen are Rick Lembo and Brandon Wormley. 9:10 to go in the first, no score. Quick face-off win. Baxter, a shot that's blocked. Caught him in a bad spot. As grabbing his hand there is Austin Alger. Now back comes Canisius the other way. Nice dangle by Daniel DeGrande, who RPI fans might remember. He's from out that way and went home over the COVID season that didn't happen for RPI. Joined Canisius.
The opposite happens sometimes too, Perry, where you go to watch a guy. He doesn't trip your trigger, and there's somebody else that you start liking, and you end up recruiting them instead of the original guy you go to recruit.
Well, that's why you go on the road, I guess, right? Because tape doesn't do everything justice, right? You see everything.
No. You like to see their play away from the puck, which you can't identify. Because the camera generally follows just the guy with the puck.
Right. Canisius looking to break out here. Lifted along. Jake Johnson settles it down in his own zone and lifts it back up the wall. Trying to knock it out of the air was Bowman. Beaten to it by Matthews. Former Dartmouth Big Green and a former teammate of Shane Seller at the collegiate level. You don't see a lot of that. 2 guys playing against each other, formerly of different teams entirely. That's what we have here tonight as Zach Dubinsky digs it out of some skates, throws it back to the point for Johnson. A quick snapshot through traffic. That didn't miss by much. And now behind the goal, Bowman trying to center again, loose in the slot. Johnson taps it right back up the wall. And it's lobbed back out towards the line and out to neutral ice. Johnson will regather there. Jack Agnew, former BC Eagle. Ahead for Herman, who just kind of throws it into the slot for no one in particular. It's sent back the other way. Dumped in by Martin. Given away, Mastrodonato. And a chance to just throw it out in front, but it was intercepted. Now a chance for RPI to break 3-on-3. Herman trying to get on this pass from Adamo. Chopped off his stick. And now back come the Golden Griffins. Mastrodonato shot, and I think Marshall might have got a toe on that, but it went wide anyway. Turned into a 2-on-1 for Canisius. A little sloppy there. Now a shot by Earn goes well wide. It'll ring out of the zone and back to Canisius territory.
Good breakout by Canisius to create that 2-on-1. RPI's defenseman got caught cheating a little bit towards the puck.
A couple times that's happened now. Odd man rushes. Here's John Beaton pulling up in the zone. There's a little bouncing pass that Hallbauer handles. Kept alive by the Engineers momentarily. Kept in by, I think that was Shane Seller. He'll go off on a change. Tie up in the corner. Lee off the near wall. Baxter looking for the deflection. There were a couple of RPI players in the vicinity. Laka beaten, trying to steer that thing on goal. They couldn't do it. It went up into the net.
So if that goes up into the net off of an RPI stick, it stays in the zone.
They changed that rule. I'm thinking 2 years ago, but I think it was probably more than that. It's to create more offense, and it alleviates the referee from having to make a decision of who it touched.
Gotcha.
Everything that's shot, considered an offensive shot, that deflects out of play, doesn't matter what it hits, or you can shoot it cleanly off your stick and into the net. It's a shot, and it's an offensive zone faceoff.
So they took the indecision out of it for the referee.
Right. There's no decision making. It's just, was that a shot, I guess, is the only decision. And most of the time, they're going to lean in that direction. So, yeah, it's created more offensive zone faceoffs for teams. And it's one of those just minor adjustments made to the game to try and make it more offensive. That'll come in on Linden. Marshall, and he'll steer it aside. Back comes Hallbauer now. Through the middle for Massey. Sent back. Chopped off a stick, goes back behind the goal. Engineers did a good job of limiting Bowling Green shots last weekend. Only about 20 a game allowed for RPI. Well, taking a few more than that. And again, doing a good job here so far this evening. 5 minutes to go in the frame. They've only given up 3 shots on goal. Shots are 6-3. Attempts are 14-9. That'll be thrown up the boards. Played by Agnew. Turned back around by Kuznetsov. And now it's Matthews back in his own zone. Tussling there with Bowman. Bowman doing a nice job on the forecheck here to disrupt things. Get some help from Lepinen. Nick Bowman twisting and turning. Down low for Dubinsky. Lepinen through traffic looking for a screen. It's poked on goal again. A couple of jam tries there for Dubinsky. He doesn't go. Another shot in. That's tip wide. Dubinsky, a wrister, and that one's tip wide. Maybe Bowman got a piece of that.
Lepinen's right in front of the goaltender, so he had no idea where that puck was.
RPI peppering the net area right now. A Bowman across. Lepinen trying to center. That's broken up, and he gets it back. Still Lepinen. Crafty with the pass is the Espoo, Finland native. He'll run out of real estate at the blue line and just throw it right back down low. Fanning on it, Dubinsky. It'll be finally corralled here by the Golden Griffins. Couple of good sustained offensive possessions, if you will, for RPI at the offensive end.
All teams have become so defensive-minded. So much video available on opposition that there's not a lot of shots that can be had.
Adamo around the net. Lost a couple of Golden Griffins on the way, and the shot goes wide from Kjellberg. And it's back out down the ice. This should be icing unless they wave it off. They wave it off late. Mason Klee up the boards, gave it away. Oh, Master Donato, I thought he threw it right to him, but no. Had it pinned up there. Now a long shot that Marshall stopped from Earn, but it was kind of an awkward save.
Boy, Martin, number 81 for Canisius, likes to throw his weight around. He's only 5'8".
Martin this time, or Martin, excuse me, throws it off the base of the net. Trying to give it back to Earn. And now Earn trying to get away from Seller. Stick handled ahead. This is the defenseman Thomas. All the way in deep. Runs into Kjellberg. That's a battle of heavyweights there. Dug out by Miato. He gets dumped there. Picked off in the slot by Adamo. And then losing an edge and going down was Laka. He scraps for it near the point. A lot of bodies over there trying to separate the puck from the wall. Now it's carried back by Canisius. They go D to D. Hudson Lambert. Lambert gets it back, shoots it in from center, blockered away by Marshall. Ooh, big hit there on Surdy. Penalty coming up. And let's see what the call is. Might have been a high hit.
Yeah.
Elbowing, yeah. You caught him up high, and sometimes when you do that, you have limbs flying around, and that's where you get the elbow.
Elbow contact to the head. Well, Lebanon's line comes out, have a great shift, a lot of offensive pressure, and then the momentum changes with the next line coming out for RPI, and it's the Canisius team that has a better shift. Here's another look at that.
So it's Daniel DeGrande, of course, going to the box. Who else? Here at the Houston Fieldhouse. He's done this before. And they're going to review this, I guess, for something more than a 2-minute penalty, which on the onset didn't see that from where I was. I think it was a borderline penalty to begin with, but I guess maybe we'll get another look at it and be able to see something else.
Well, I think what they might be looking for, he did catch him up high, which I thought.
Yeah.
But did he leave his feet?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's what they might be looking at, where his head was targeted. So they're in the penalty box right now. Officials are in the penalty box. Here's another look at it here. Well, he didn't leave his feet, and it looked like Surtee had his head down. So I think this will probably stand as a 2-minute minor. But you never know with officials what they're going to call in that situation or what they're looking for. So they're still taking time to go over it. Obviously not anything definitive. Otherwise they would have made their call by now as far as it being a minor or a major. Yeah, looks like they did call it a major.
Canisius penalty to number 14, Daniel DeGrande. He receives a 5-minute major. Contact to the head.
That's what I thought, yeah, contact to the head. So a game misconduct means that it's not a game disqualification. He'll be eligible to play the next game. However, that will shorten the bench for head coach Large. And Canisius will have a 5-minute power play here. A 5-minute power play to kill off. RPI will have the 5-minute power play. And if they score, they will remain on the power play. So it's an all-you-can-eat at the buffet.
Well, that was way wrong.
Well, I knew it would probably be contact to the head, but
yeah.
I didn't think he left his feet. But
so serving the major penalty to Daniel DeGrande, who lasted just over 18 minutes here at the Houston Fieldhouse in his return trip. And a big chance for RPI on the power play here. Corey Thomas, he's pinned against the wall. Shelbert, Massey, power play on the year for RPI, 1 for 7. Walsh across, Massey a shot, that's saved. And the rebound's pushed wide. Walsh a shot that's off the side of the net. Shelbert trying to feed it down low, and it's cleared all the way down, and it's on goal again. Canisius has been accurate with their clearances. So you got 4 minutes, only 1 minute left in the period. Plenty of power play time. What's the kind of the thoughts here on this power play chance here for the engineers on the bench?
Well, they just got to turn up the heat right now. You're at the end of the period, so the ice is going to be a little snowy, and then they'll have about 4 minutes on fresh ice once they come out for the second period. But try to establish some zone time here, get some shots. As you mentioned, RPI is 14% on the power play. The penalty kill for Canisius is 87%.
Right where RPI's is.
Yep.
Trickling into the zone and spinning it out towards the line, kept in there by Adamo. And it hopped off his stick to center. RPI's got a touch up here. Howbauer with 34 to go in the period. There's going to be about 3 minutes of power play time on fresh ice for RPI in the second period. So if they don't get anything here, at least they have that to look forward to. Maybe one more rush here for Baxter. Anthony Baxter shoots it in. Adamo shovels it right back into the corner. Dubinsky lost it in his skates. Trying to tap it back to the blue line. Here's Bowman, the forward out there. And now Adamo, wrister, looking for a deflection from Baxter, who was in the slot now. Shot and a save there from Dubinsky. And that's the last shot of the period. Exactly 3 minutes left in that power play. As RPI will have that to start the second, but good start to the game for the Engineers. Shots in the period were 8-6. Attempts were 23-12. So.
Yes, I thought RPI had a strong first period here, and they're looking to carry this power play momentum on into the second period.
All right, we'll have that second period coming up for you here. RPI TV and ESPN. You're watching RPI Hockey. Second period of action about to get underway here. RPI and Canisius from the Houston Fieldhouse. Per Lascaris, Dan Frigin, former RPI head coach here at the Houston Fieldhouse. And good first period for RPI. They outshoot Canisius 10-4. They have 3 more minutes of major power play time as Daniel DeGrande is returned to the Houston Fieldhouse after playing for RPI in 2019-20. That was cut short by the 10-minute, well, the major penalty for elbowing and game misconduct. So he's out of the game, and RPI will, as I said, 3 more minutes of power play.
Yeah. Hey, both Tor Linden and Zach Zabinski had a great first period in the face-off circle. Tor was 7 for 1 for 87.5%. And
that's pretty good.
Yeah, Zach came into the game at 63.3%. So he's been doing an excellent job in a face-off circle for RPI.
Getting ready to drop the puck here in period number 2. It'll be what we presume to be RPI's first power play unit because they've had all intermission to rest, so this has to be them. And it's an early dump in from Thomas and Canisius. Simon Kjellberg, oh, nearly gave it away. Now they do give it away, and Master Donato's pass was broken up, or shorthanded chance might have been coming there as a shot over the top from Earn. And so far in this power play for RPI, chances have been 1-0 to the visitors, the killers, if you will. And it's going to be Tor Linden stick handling out of his own zone, threw it ahead, but it's picked away.
Yeah, Master Donato just couldn't connect with Lapide, who was in all alone and behind the 2 defensemen for RPI.
You'd expect Master Donato to try to shoot the puck. He has 4 career shorthanded goals, which is the most among active players in Atlantic hockey. Jared Abelson, the SID at Canisius, for some solid notes for this week. Here's Massey now. Shot blocked. Doesn't know where the puck is. It's under his skates. And Massey's able to keep it alive somehow. Around from Matthews. He'll backhand it out of the zone and all the way down. So back to a traditional 2 minutes left on this penalty. So DeGrande being served by Hernandez. Bowman trying to pick up speed to the zone, hands it off to Adamo, tap it back to the blue line. Hallbauer across, some room for Baxter. He'll find Dubinsky, back to Baxter, now Hallbauer. Looking for a lane, takes a shot, that's blocked. Good block there by Decker, and it's out of the zone. Hallbauer down the middle, Dubinsky trying to drive the net. Dubinsky in front, and he couldn't steer it on goal. Great move by Zach. He just couldn't quite find the handle when he needed it most. Bowman with a minute to go on the power play. Sent across. Adamo waits for the carom. It hops out of the zone. And the Frenchman will chop it in deep. Yeah. Robert Morris players, former Robert Morris players on both sides of the ice as well as Dartmouth Big Green. Here's Kjellberg shielding ahead for Massey, who dumps it in. Waiting for it is Seller. Massey, 30 to go in the major penalty. Wrist shot coming, Walsh, jammed at by Seller, and he put it wide. Kjellberg, Walsh, saucer down low. Tour, back to Walsh, a one-timer. Oh, and a save by Barcheski, point blank.
And that's Walsh, the point guy on the power play, sneaking down low. And that's what happens. You lose track of him. He's got nobody covering him and gets a real good look at a shot in tight. There's another look at it. Almost.
Another look at something. 9 seconds of the power play. Beaten in there for RPI, loses the draw. Cleared out by Earn. Stopped there by Marshall. That'll do it for the major. So Canisius kills off the penalty. That's a big kill on the wraparound 5-minute major. They're playing now down to forward, but they have the full complement because they started the game with an extra attacker and Alton McDermott, so we'll probably see more of Alton as this game goes along. Beaten back towards the blue line. Hernandez picks it away. Randy Hernandez, 1 assist on the year in 2 games against Penn State last weekend. Talked about at the top of the program, but a split. Solid showing in Happy Valley for Canisius. Now a chance to break in, a save made, and it's scooped out of there by Johnson. But a good opportunity from close range, as it was Gravel walking in, I think. Gravel, excuse me.
Yeah, good clear there by Johnson. Rebound by Linden, right out in front of him.
Shots 12-7 RPI. Face-off win, cleanly back to the point. Looking for a tip was the point man, Meloragni, excuse me. And it'll be chipped in by Lepinen. Shot in off a skate. That was Larry Surdy. He'll try and pinch, and he gets bumped off the puck. Mason Klee, the lone man, back, and it will be icing here against Canisius. 15:51 to go second period. Engineers have had a defensive feel to every game they've played so far, and it continues here despite a couple of these rushes, a couple of these close-in chances, especially tonight, the Marshals had to deal with.
They're doing a real good job keeping those shots to the outside. And Canisius is not getting a second, third opportunity on the first shot that they're taking on net. RPI's in good defensive position for clearing the puck and rebounds.
Fed around and nearly given away in the middle. Herman had a stick on it. Now Matthews. Ryan Miato. Up the wall. McDermott had it for a moment. Swatted at by Agnew. Matthews back into RPI territory. Bloomington, Minnesota native. Jake Johnson on it now for RPI. Fed across, and now Agnew will skate ahead. Agnew, Adamo, a wrist shot and a save. You get a 6-6 leverage on a hockey stick, and you can put some serious power behind it without even winding up, and that's what you saw there from Agnew.
Yeah, he's got a good quick release. Keeps his feet moving. Really tough for a goaltender to identify his release point.
Barcheski does and holds on with the glove save. Face-off win for RPI, back to Massey. Now a shot comes in, hammered wide. Hallbauer, a shot, point blank, rebound, they score! TJ Walsh on the rebound, it's 1-0 RPI, his first Engineers goal, third of his collegiate career. The Shrewsbury, Massachusetts native gets RPI on the board.
Well, RPI does a great job. They get the shot right here, and Walsh is in a perfect position offensively, wide open, stick free, to hammer that rebound home into a wide open net, actually. Nice play by RPI to create that turnover on the forecheck.
Well, RPI able to get the first goal of this game. TJ Walsh in the right place at the right time. He had a similar chance in the first period that was, I think, stopped by Barcheski. Now Walsh again feeds it across to nobody. It'll be cleared out to center. Lifted back in, hits the defenseman in the back, right out in front, and that was blocked. I think Linden got a shot away, but it never got to Barcheski. And now Earn.
I think
to
that
the
hit
line and out of the zone.
I think that hit the referee.
Oh, I think you're right.
Yeah, it hit the referee, and the Canisius player was expecting it to come around the wall, but almost a turnover again, and good scoring chance for RPI.
Engineers up 1-0. Former Northeastern skater is Walsh, and now some players need to be separated here.
The chirping has started.
Yeah, Laka says, I don't know what you're talking about. He's just bent over ready for the draw after he instigated something on the far side with Master Donato. It's sly Slovakian Laka. Klee pinching in. Goes head over heels in the corner with Jacob Lee protecting the blue line for him. Laka with a chop at it. They go cross ice and they move it into the zone. Master Donato on the move. Takes a shot from a tight angle. Easy save for Marshall, and he holds on. 8th shot of the game for Canisius there.
Yeah, they've been taking a lot of shots from the outside. They're really not getting in any opportunities in tight in the grade A scoring area out in front of Marshall.
Face-off still being won at a 2-1 clip in favor of RPI, 14-7 so far. Carryover from what they were able to do against Bowling Green. They win another draw here. Bowman off the boards to center ice, gets it back again. Chopped into the zone. Meller-Ragney, and now Matthews dumping in. Surdy sweeps it along. It's picked up by Miato. He gets bumped, chipped off the wall by Lepnin. Race for it here. Matthews going to get there first. 3 Engineers on the chase. And Dubinski has to be careful where he places that left arm as he's wrapped around Matthews for a moment. Now Matthews will go coast to coast here. Matthews back behind the goal. Baxter has his man wrapped up. Pad save made there on a quick shot by Haar, and it's back out to center. Tricky play there by Cooper Haar, the sophomore from Huntington Beach, California, but he couldn't catch Marshall off guard. He made the left pad save. Right back down low it goes. Baxter takes a look, threw off a skate. Trying to take advantage here are the Golden Griffins. A shot and a block. Second one doesn't get to goal. Third try goes wide. Back to the point. Kept in by Decker. Good cycling here from the Golden Griffins. Baxter trying to stand up his man behind the goal. Wrist shot deflects over the top. Might have hit Adamo there. Now Baxter pinching in. Loose puck in the corner. Can be dug out by Haar. Wrap it back around. RPI can't get a touch on the puck. Finally Adamo does. He'll go back behind for Baxter. Tapped along for Surdy. Engineers look a little bit tired here on this shift. They're finally able to clear it out and get a partial change going. Now a bad dump in here. Canisius trying to change. Shot by Linden and a save. Tap back to the blue line. Shot in from Martin, saved by Marshall. And it's lifted out of the air by Linden. It'll go out of play. It'll be a face-off in the RPI zone when we resume. 11:34 to go in the second.
Oh, Marshall looks on his game. I mean, nothing real serious to speak of as far as offensive opportunities for Canisius.
Shot attempts are way up for RPI from last weekend. 35 attempted shots. Only 15 have found the net, so the tries are there. Compared to 21 and 11. 21 attempts, 11 on goal for Canisius so far. And they turn it around. Hernandez, he'll skate back out to center with it. After 2 games last weekend, he has 26 career points in college hockey in 26 games. If you can do that, you do a lot of good for your team. Cross-ice feed is a good one. Walsh walking in, a shot and a save! And the rebound, Linden couldn't quite corral in time to take another shot before he was wrapped up. Back to the point. Kept in there, shot over the top by Johnson.
Based on where that puck was, if Linden was a left shot, that would have been in the net.
He was trying to move it back, I think, to his forehand. Not much you can do with it sitting in front of you like that. Spun back in by Tour. He and Lyndon Marshall are the captain of this RPI team. Beaton tried to keep it alive in the zone, but sneaks by him out to center. carried in now. Jacob Lee has Laka with him. Trying to fight off Graval. Lee walking in front. Laka shot, save made by Barcheski. Got that right shoulder up to make the stop on Laka. Now Jacob Lee, handoff for Klee. Beaton out of the corner into the slot. John Beaton, a shot, and that one's blocked by Earn. And a chance maybe for an odd man rush here. Canisius moving in 2-on-1, broken up by Klee.
Wow, that was a great job there by Kjellberg to get back.
And now maybe the other way. Jacob Lee, they're at the end of a shift, I was going to say.
Yeah.
At that point, just dump it in and get fresh bodies out there if you can't fully make that rush.
Yeah, they went from a forecheck offensive play to a back check, back to offense again.
Well, the Zamboni door rears its ugly head again, although it doesn't cost anything to RPI defensively there, but it kind of just hits that Zamboni opening and just hops out into the middle of the ice.
That used to be over in the left corner.
Yeah. Leppinen across, waiting for it. Baxter. He's wrapped up. Feeds it back to the near side, and Surdy was forced out of the zone by the pass. Baxter ahead. Bowman finds it. He goes down. Now Dubinsky takes a shot from a tight angle. It's blocked out of play. And with 8:58 to go in period number 2, RPI up 1-0, and we'll take a timeout.
Your support of Let's Go Red ensures that current and future generations of student athletes continue to receive the opportunity.
Looking at the out-of-town scoreboard with ECAC teams currently in action at Colgate. Merrimack and Colgate after, well, midway through the second period, they're knotted up at 0. Colorado College and Union midway through the second period are knotted at 0. So really no scores to be spoken of. And of course here it's RPI 1, Canisius nothing.
Face-off coming up in the Canisius zone. 1-0 Engineers out of the second period media stoppage. Face-off win straight ahead by Canisius. That's J.D. Pogue, captain for these Golden Griffins. Adamo turns it around, takes a shot, and another glove save by Barcheski. Barcheski, as I mentioned, had 28 stops last time these two teams met in Buffalo. Go ahead.
I was just going to say that was a great back check by Shane Seller. They Canisius jumped off that draw, and it looked like it was going to be a 2-on-2, and he gets back and causes a turnover in the neutral zone.
Slap shot from the point, another save by Barcheski on the try by Johnson. Engineers have made a clear effort. This is going to be icing here on occasion. They've made a clear effort to take more shots in this game. It's pretty apparent.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what they're trying to do is they're trying to play more of a puck possession game, which means that they've got to touch the puck first. They're not throwing the puck away blindly. Canisius, when they get into the offensive zone, especially in the first period, they really didn't have anybody in front of the net for support, yet they're throwing it out from below the goal line. And that just leads to turnovers.
Decker near side. Trying to move it ahead was the defenseman Lambert. That creates a chance the other way, Mashi. Back towards the blue line and carried all the way out of the zone by Ryan Mashi. Flips it across for Agnew. Jack Agnew ahead. This is going to be icing here against RPI. Tor Linden looks perplexed out there.
I think they might have called that offside, but they're going to do it
maybe
in
you're
center
right.
ice,
Yeah. Maybe just offside. Linden was confused by something, and I guess he's been vindicated because it's not icing. Center ice draw. Linden chops it into the zone. First one to it will be Thomas. Some room at the point here for Kjellberg. He'll take a long shot. He scores! Simon Kjellberg is first of the year and 6th of his career. Makes it 2-0. A lot of screens involved there. I'm not sure Barczewski saw that one.
Well, kudos to him, first of all, to get the puck to the net from the point. I don't know if this was tipped in front. Massey's right in front of the goaltender right here. I don't know if he got a stick on that or not.
The way he reacted, I don't think he did. The way that Masha reacted.
Yeah.
He went right to Kjellberg. I think it's Kjellberg's goal.
Great shot from the point. Nice job off the faceoff.
First of the year, as I mentioned, for Kjellberg. Draft choice of the New York Rangers. His father, Patrick, played for a number of years in the National Hockey League. And, of course, NHL scouts love the frame of Kjellberg. He's a big kid. And it's always, I guess, footwork with the bigger players, bigger defensemen, and whether they can. Got the hands, we know that. Real good shot there.
Well, it's a size that will take you through the 82 games and then into the playoffs.
Back comes Beaton. Centering pass, looking for Surdy on the attack. Surdy scores! What do you know? Laurie Surdy, go to the net, young man. You score a goal. I think it was a rebound. I'm not sure. He doesn't look very excited. Scored his first collegiate goal.
Well,
I'm more excited than he is. I don't know that. Why is that?
Well, Joey Matthews had the puck, and he just stripped him of the puck and put it on net and ends up going in. And, of course, we're going to have a goaltending change here now. They've chased Barczewski out of the game. And RPI has come out with some fire. They didn't capitalize on the power play for the first 3 minutes of the second period, but they've picked it up since then, scoring 3 straight goals.
Second goal was scored by number 2, Simon Kjellberg. He was assisted by number 13, TJ Walsh.
And a giveaway there. Bowman with a nice poke check. Fed back to Hallbauer. Hallbauer in front, and it goes wide, looking for Dubinsky. And now glove down and move back the other way. Here come the Golden Griffins, and the shot deflects wide. Now a shot in, save Marshall. Rebound, put high, and it will trickle into the corner. Another shot blocked, and that one was fanned on. John Hawthorne, the junior, between the pipes now for Canisius. Amongst all the action here. Adamo behind. Johnson's wrapped up. He's battling with Haar. Back to the blue line. Shot by Thomas. That was blocked by Adamo. He's gotten in front of a number of pucks today. And now a long stretch pass off the glass looking for Adamo. That's broken up. And now Herman gets dumped. An awkward looking collision there. And O'Hare will slow things down for Canisius. Engineers have been relentless in the middle to late stages of the second period. They've scored 3 goals. Shots are 24-12 Engineers.
Well, they've certainly got it going. They're moving their feet, and they're just taking the play right to Canisius, both on the forecheck, and they're not really spending a lot of time in their zone. Doing a great job defensively, which is leading to their offensive attack.
No, another stretch pass the other way. Shot comes in and it goes wide. That was Haar, I think, and now RPI back out to center ice. Dumped in. Linden tried to throw a quick snapshot off the wall as Hawthorne took his time to get back between the pipes. Moved in deep now. Kjellberg leaning on Hernandez. Klee lost it there. Twisting and turning is Lapide. A shot and a save by Marshall. Now a shot in. Penalty coming up here. I think it's going to go on RPI as one of the Golden Griffins, Kuznetsov, was dumped in front of the net.
Yeah, that's going to, Kjellberg's going to go for interference, I think.
Yeah.
No, it's not Kjellberg. It's
Klee, another D-man in front. A lot of times you get that. Trying to clear someone out of the net front maybe, and obviously the puck's not there. Klee is off for interference. First power play chance of the game for Canisius comes with 4:32 left in the second period.
And they don't have any numbers for their power play because I don't think they had one against Penn State.
0 for 10 against.
Time of that penalty, 15 minutes, 28 seconds. Number 4, Klee.
The Nittany Lions. Matthews.
Interference at 15:28.
Working it down low. That was Lapide trying to walk it out in front. Couldn't get a handle on it. Now down low they go. Bad towards the blue line and out of the zone. Matthews. Matthews. Martin. Broken up by Beaton. Short-handed opportunity. Here comes Lepinen. Lepinen scores! Otto Ville Lepinen. That's his move, Dan. He likes to go 5-hole there. I wasn't going to give it away too early, but he showed it off there. Great move by Otto Ville. It's 4-0 on the short-handed tally.
Well, he just kicked it into another gear when he saw that loose puck, and he turned on the jets, and that's your forehand to backhand automatic 5-hole, because going from the forehand to backhand opens up the wickets of the goaltender, and it's just an easy tap in.
First shorthanded goal of the year scored here by Lepinen. His first of the season, 9th of his career.
RPI's 4th goal was scored by number 11, Otto Ville Lepinen. He was assisted by number 17, John Beaton.
Hip check here by Agnew. Puck pops to center. Lepinen still out there.
Scored by number 11, Lepinen.
And now Lepinen steps off here.
From 17, Beaton.
RPI fans might have had a flashback there to Ben Barr, who had 2 shorthanded goals in the same shift.
In the playoffs.
In the playoffs against Union College. Not to be here as Lepinen left the ice, but he had the puck there for a second. I was thinking, wait a minute. Anyway, still shorthanded. Here comes Jacob Lee. He fires one wide of Hawthorne. Back come the Golden Griffins. Penalty about to expire in 5 seconds. And now Linden ahead.
RPI returns to full strength.
That was a negative power play for Canisius.
That's what you call a backfire.
It was a 2-on-0 almost. Could have been. If Lepinen didn't go in alone, he had the next man behind him was a teammate. I think it was Walsh. Anyway, out comes RPI. Adamo leading the rush. 3-on-3. Adamo walking in. Flutters his shot wide. And he's got it again. Adamo goes down in the corner as he battles with another big man and Lincoln Erb out of Blaine, Minnesota. Baxter down low on the pinch. Under 2 to go in the second. RPI has blown things open here. 4-0 lead. Massey pushing into the zone. 3-on-2. Massey walking in off the post. And that'll leave the ice surface. 1:34 to go in the frame.
Well, there's no question that RPI's very, very confident right now with their play. Puck possession. Here's Massey coming in. he's got an advantage. He's left shot coming down the right side. So he's got that angle more towards the slot area of the net.
Back to Johnson. Rister on goal from Hallbauer. That go all the way through to Hawthorne, and he holds on.
The old twisted Rister. RPI is playing very smart hockey offensively. They're not trying to force plays. They're making good, crisp passes and to the open players. They're not trying to force anything through any traffic. Getting some good opportunities and looks on net.
Lee trying to win the faceoff backwards. It eventually comes out of the zone. Hallbauer going to flip it back in. Now Jacob Lee. Shielding, lost it. Keeps it alive on the dive. Now Hallbauer shoots it down low.
This is the final minute of play in the period. The last minute of play. And fans, it's the most minute of the game. On your feet. Make some noise for the Indians scoring the final minute of the period. Fans receive a free taco at Moe's at RPI in Troy. Just take your voucher. You have 1 week to grab your taco. The Moe's minute of the game.
Dumped in by Kuznetsov. 24 to go in the period. Shot off the boards all the way down. This should be icing. Unless it runs out of steam, it doesn't. Icing called here on Canisius with 8.4 on the clock. Well, certainly the kind of period RPI was looking for in Coach Smith. Tight first period, he outshooted the opposition, right? But you got to put the puck in the net. That's the goal of the game, and they were able to do that here in this period.
Well, not to mention, they only scored 4 goals all last weekend, and here they put 4 up in the second period. But it's a matter of confidence offensively, where, you know, once you get it going, that does a lot for a team. They start steamrolling. After that first period, you know, they put in some good offensive time, but they didn't have anything to show for it up on the scoreboard.
Face off here. Flipped off the glass, but not out of the zone. A drive goes well wide from Decker. And before the shot can come, the final horn, and not soon enough for Canisius. And the Engineers will take a 4-0 lead into the third. We saw 4 RPI tallies, 4 different goal scorers. A couple of players got their first RPI goal. Laurie Surdy his first collegiate goal. And an all-around solid period. Got the shorthanded goal as well. We've only had 2 power plays in this game, Dan. One was the 5-minute major that Canisius was able to kill off, and then the 2-minute penalty against Mason Clee. But it hasn't really been a dirty game. Usually when there's a 5-minute major, it's usually a buildup of a couple of things. But it's really kind of a blip on the radar as far as this game has gone.
Yeah, and I think that RPI is playing so well defensively that it's leading to their offensive opportunities, which we saw there on the penalty kill.
All right, we're back with the third period in just a bit. You're watching RPI Hockey on RPI TV and ESPN. Yeah, I text you. Don't worry. Third period coming up here. Peerless Garris, Dan Fisher from the Houston Fieldhouse. Engineers, a 4-goal second period, including an empty netter by Otto Ville-Lempinen. How do you close out a game? What are the keys to closing one out when you're up by 4 here?
Being consistent as you were in the second period and the third, especially for RPI. They dominated offensively. I mean, they had 24 grade A attempts on the Canisius goaltenders compared to only 9 for Canisius. So they just dominated offensively and played a real strong defensive game as well in the second. They just got to stay hungry and keep that pedal to the floorboard.
It's sent along back into the Engineers' end. Marshall slows it down. Kjellberg with some pressure coming. Work back to the point. Shot by Earn, and it's going to be covered up by Marshall with a couple of Golden Griffins, and Klee taking some big-time exception to Martin's late arrival. And that's what you call protecting your goalie right there if you're Mason Klee. You don't want Marshall getting dinged up on a play like that.
No, but you don't want to be foolish either and take some unwarranted penalties to let Canisius back in the game for power play time.
Getting separated there. Everyone's pairing off there. Even Nick Bowman's got a smile on his face there. He's having a chat with Lapide.
Well, some out-of-town scores.
Go for it.
For the ECAC. Right now, over at Union, they're up 2-1 on Colorado College after 2. And Colgate are tied with Merrimack at Colgate 1-1 after 2 periods.
And they got a penalty on Klee.
Yeah, for roughing, I would imagine.
Yeah, it got to be.
So this is what you let the sleeping dog lie. Canisius was somewhat dormant in that second period. You want to leave them that way for the third.
Hitting after the whistle was the penalty. That deflects up into the netting, and we get a stoppage. 23 seconds into the period. Sent back to the point. Mastrodonato takes a slap shot, deflected, and a save by Marshall. Shoveled back to the center ice logo, and now starting over is Melaragny. Martin into the zone, swept around. Agnew trying to clear, and jumping on it was Beaton. Had it for a moment. Mastrodonato will reset. David Melaragny from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. 1 assist against Penn State last weekend. Have to consider going into Happy Valley and splitting for Canisius a good result against a Big Ten team, and a team on the rise like Penn State has been over the last few years.
Definitely. Guy Godowski's done an outstanding job at that program.
Moving in now. Shot comes fluttering in. Graval, I think it was partially blocked, and it could have been a problem for Marshall if he didn't see it right away, but came flipping end over end, and Marshall just had it fall in his breadbasket.
That's when you know you're in good position if it falls in the breadbasket.
Face-off win here. Surdy plays it behind the goals, intercepted. Spun back to the point. There's a shot there by Hernandez, and that's blocked, and we got a whistle here and another penalty coming up. Who are they going to get?
They're going to get
interference.
Baxter's going to go.
Yeah, so it's going to be an opportunity for a 2-man advantage now.
Well, like I said, RPI just
interference on Baxter.
So it'll be a 2-man advantage, 5-on-3 for 21 seconds.
So the power plays are mounting up here for Canisius. They didn't have any in the first period. They had one last period, and now 5-on-3 for 18 seconds. First time the Engineers have been down 2 men this year. Canisius sets things up very tight up top. Alger across. Mastrodonato across. Shot blocked by Dubinsky. Now they look down low, and they're trying to find Martin. Out of the box is Klee. Working it down low, and it's back up top. Shot comes in. Saved by Marshall on the glove.
Wow. He was going top shelf where the peanut butter is on that shot. That was Alger on that.
Yeah. Big time glove save there by Marshall.
I mean, Marshall sees it, clear view. Nobody's in front of the net taking away his eyes, so it's a pretty easy save every day of the week for Marshall.
Puck goes behind the goal, and it's cleared all the way down by RPI. Now Graval shoots it in. Back to Hernandez. Up top now. 50 seconds to go on the second power play of the period for Canisius. Kuznetsov a shot. That's off the pad, the shin pad of Agnew. Sent back to the point by Har. Wrister coming, and that one went wide on the point try from Jackson Decker. This is sent all the way down the ice. 24 to go on the power play. Carried in here. Ambrosio. Sent back to the blue line with 10 to go in the man advantage. Wrister tipped over the top and out of play. That one, I think, caught Martin at the last second there. Someone was in front of the net. Went up into the netting.
Yeah, it looks like 81 Martin. Well, actually, it's number 91.
Face-off win for Linden. Behind for Massey. Lob down the far side and all the way down the ice. So the Engineers kill off both penalties here. Gloved and moved down in front of the RPI bench. Walsh has a crack at it. Another try. Third time's a charm. He'll carry in on his own this time. TJ Walsh with a nifty stick handle, works it down low. Massey off for Linden. Tour Linden turning out of the corner, takes a shot. That one's blocked by, that wasn't Master Donato, that was Pogue. And it'll be sent in deep. Johnson will play. Hernandez. Gathered up here by Jake Johnson for RPI. Takes a look, he'll throw it off. An indirect pass off the wall. Earn takes the shot, blocker saved by Marshall. And is lifted back out to center. And a whistle here and an icing call.
Well, good job by RPI killing off that 5-on-3 and then the remainder of the power play that Canisius had. Now they get back to 5-on-5 play. See you back here in the field. They can build up some momentum here in the third period.
Fed up the boards. Herman can't corral that. Now off of Baxter. Puck pops in the air. Golden Griffins are onside here. It was close to the line. Oh, a big hit on the far side by Surtee. Chip back towards the RPI blue line. Rory Herman. He's a junior from Poway, California. Ahead for Adamo. He lost it in his skates. Dumped in by Herman. Who not afraid to throw a hit, take a hit. Now Master Donato. Broken up by Baxter. Does this group want to skate or want to make it a change here? You probably have more liberties to make more changes and roll all four lines when you're up by 4 as well, Coach.
Yeah, definitely. You want to show off your depth. The more guys you can get involved in the game, the better off you're going to be at the end of the year where everybody's had that opportunity to play and get some experience.
Lappin up ahead for Nick Bowman. He gets dumped at the line. Bowman again. Nice move to get free. Has a man cutting to the net. It's Klee. Bowman taking himself. Shoots. And is blocked. There's a Canisius player down. Hope he's all right. It's Master Donato. Looks like he lined next to the post. I didn't see what happened to him.
I don't know if he got hit with that puck.
He might have got hit by the puck, yeah. Luckily for Canisius, Hawthorne was able to cover it, and they're able to get him off the ice. Yeah, he got hit by the puck, and then he hit the post. Yeah, that's
Exactly.
he got hit in the foot, and then he hit the post. That's not. Doesn't feel good, especially when you're down 4-0.
That's a tough shift.
He got credit for the block, though. I guess there's a stat for you in it. 2-on-1, maybe. That's off a Pogue and into the corner. RPI back checking there, was beaten. Trying to help disrupt the play, and he did just enough. Now it's sent towards the net. Not sure if that got through to Marshall or not. Kuznetsov. He'll cycle. And trying to walk it out in front is a jam try and a save by Marshall, and he holds on point blank. That was Alex Ambrosio, former Laker, Lake Superior State.
Well, there wasn't anywhere to put that. Marshall had his pad flat on the ice as well as his paddle, so he was able to corral that rather easily.
Shots at 28-20. 12:55 to play in the third. Face-off win for Canisius. Shot hits a pile of bodies in front on the attempt there by Thomas. Lifted back to Thomas. He'll take a shot looking for a deflection there. Didn't get it from McDermott. Outlet pass to Linden. Trying to give it back to Walsh. He has to touch up as the first try on the dump and didn't go for Tour Linden. Walsh will slam it back in wide a goal. Helped aside there by Hawthorne. First appearance of the year for John Hawthorne, 22nd of his career. Linden throws off the end wall to himself. Stays on the puck. Still Tour Linden. Snapshot coming. Surdy from the wall, turned away by Hawthorne. Lifted along by Baxter and then shot down by the engineer of the Domo. This is going to be icing. Oh, no, it's not. My mistake. We play on. Miller-Agnew at center ice. Lifting it into the RPI zone. Taking a whack at it was Klee. And he'll head behind the net for some safety. Now he'll chip it off the glass and all the way down. And this is icing with 11:19 to play, third period. So we had nothing in the first and a 4-goal outburst in the second from RPI and then nothing in the third. And really the Engineers haven't had a whole lot of opportunities here. You don't need them obviously if you're up 4-0, but it's been a bit of a stalemate here so far. Of course, the 2 power plays don't hurt either. If you're for Canisius and keeping RPI from off the board. Right. Right, and yeah, like you said, there's not an urgency to go and press the issue. Here's Earn off the wall, pinching in. It's picked up by Shane Seller. He takes a hit, and it wants to change. Lapide goes cross ice with it. Now Earn. Into the RPI zone. Lapide shooting a shot wide was Martin. Picked up by Lepinen. It just leaves his man behind. Adamo backhand feed into the middle. Picked up again by Lepinen. Adolvile Lepinen makes a move. Spins out of danger. Back to Dubinsky just off the bench. His shot is turned away by Hawthorne. Dubinsky. Johnson a shot, and that one carried off on something in front. Might have been a skate. Dubinsky again, sent back to the point. Here's Johnson. Right out in front from Lepinen, and sprawling on top is Hawthorne to cover up. That's just good passing around the zone for RPI, generating chances. We can spread the zone like what does that do to the defense when we're able to spread the zone out wall to wall there? Face-off coming up in the Canisius zone. It's just like there's more room out there when they're able to pass the puck that well. Back to the point, Johnson. Behind the goal. Race forward the puck. It'll be flipped down, out, gloved at by Laka. And Hallbauer stands his man up at the half wall. Still on the ground. That's Pogue. Penalty coming up here on Hallbauer. Are we going to get a touch of the puck? We will. Yeah, Hallbauer, a little bit too much along the boards over there. So another power play chance here for RPI. He stands up Pogue here, and I guess this part's okay. Maybe not. Okay, it was the extra. Okay. All right. So a roughing call here on Hallbauer and a power play. And that'll bring us to our stoppage here in the third period. It's 4-0 RPI. Another power play chance coming for Canisius on the other side of things here on RPI TV and ESPN. Nine and a half to play in the third. Power play number 4 coming up here for Canisius. As it'll be rung around by Klee and forced out to center by Jacob Lee. Shot in by Graval and spun out by Johnson. Hawthorne back to leave it aside for Jackson Decker. Hernandez throws it in front. Kuznetsov at the point. Here's Decker. Graval back to Decker. Wrist shot off the skate of Lepin, and it'll go out of play. And Lepin making sure his skate's still there. Skate blade.
That's a dangerous play. He just stuck his leg out. You got to be careful if you're not.
Yeah, you don't want
facing the puck.
Yeah,
that can catch you in bad places.
There's not a lot of protection on the ankle.
None.
But you're right. You want to get your knees square at least, so there's the most protection available to you. Yes, this is out to center ice. Melaragny back to pick it up for Canisius. Pressure comes from Beaton. Martin. Lapide. Mastrodonato back to the point. Save made by Marshall on the long, high shot from Melaragny. Spun towards the point. Melaragny. Jam try at the side. Rebound loose there. And Melaragny keeps it in. Jam try. Out in front. They score. Mastrodonato. A power play goal for Canisius, and it's 4-1 with 7:44 to go.
Play, and you know, when you give a good team enough opportunity,
yeah,
sooner or later they're going to capitalize. And
Third goal of the year for Keaton Mastronato.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Couple of jams in front. Yeah, he got a good save, I think, on Alger there, and then Mastronato was there on the doorstep to stick it back home. So delayed offside here. RPI moves it out of the zone.
Canisius goal was scored by number 8, Keaton Mastronato.
Bouncing puck going to be gloved here by Hawthorne.
And by number 5, David Belligerano. Time in that power play goal 12-16. Canisius goal.
7:12 to play, and so now just a 3-goal lead for RPI. Canisius now 1 for 4 on the man advantage.
And number 5, Belligerano. Time in that goal 12 minutes, 16 seconds.
Lifted out to center ice, and now Baxter through the middle. Connects to Dubinsky. Zach Dubinsky into the zone. And a good breakout pass to Decker, although he lost it. Hernandez. Just dumping it in there as Canisius wants to change. Baxter's being harassed, but gets it to center ice. Now Bowman on the move. Nick Bowman, quick shot, and Hawthorne didn't catch it cleanly with the glove, but he was able to settle down and cover up before anyone else could get there. That's Nick Bowman coming in on an off wing, getting the shot away. It wasn't a bad shot either.
No, as you can see, he went from the backhand to the forehand. Again, trying to use the defenseman as a screen, shot through his legs, and goaltender had to be sharp on that one to make the save.
Quick shot off the draw. Glove down by Mashey. He'll wire one wide. Hallbauer a drive, and that's wide as well. Johnson pinching up the boards, hands it off to Walsh. Walsh behind the goal. Tight angle shot by Linden, and he holds on to Hawthorne. So RPI's back to putting shots on goal here after they've given one up.
Yeah, I think Linden tried to go top shelf, short side, because he saw the goaltender down. So that would definitely be open. Possibly corralling it off the shoulder of the goaltender as he was deep in his net.
Face-off win for the Engineers. Hallbauer a shot, and that one's not wide by much. Well, Kyle's really teeing him up right now. Hallbauer again. Wrist shot coming, and that's high and wide. Hallbauer again. Shot right in, and a save made, I think this time by Hawthorne. Got just enough of it. Crowd won't be hankering for shots tonight. There's been plenty of those.
That's a good shift by that line.
And now back the other way. Loose puck. They score. It trickled in past Marshall. And all of a sudden it's 4-2 with 5:25 to go. It looks like the goal scorer is the defenseman Hudson Lambert. He's the first one through the line.
Yeah, he jumped up into the play, and Lapide made a great play just trying to feed him the puck. I don't know if it got there on the first attempt, but somehow the puck was left sitting there, and they scored. Tried to feed it to him right there.
Yeah, just sat in the goal line, and that's probably the shortest goal you're ever going to score. It was a few inches outside the goal line.
Canisius making this interesting.
So moved along here. The goal for Lambert is the first of his collegiate career and his 37th career game for Canisius. what do you know? Miller Agnew down low now as the Canisius defensemen continue to jump into the play. Kjellberg. Up ahead, Seller, and all the way down. We get an icing call. Is this more of Canisius picking up its play, or is it a bit of a let-off from RPI here, up by 4 already, or a little bit of both?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think RPI has kind of shot themselves in the foot just taking some penalties here, which they needn't take because, you know, they had a good lead. All they have to do is stick to playing hockey and play out the third. Continue, like I said, with the play that they had in the second period where they played real discipline.
RPI is going to take a timeout here.
Timeout, RPI.
And you can see some of the players are getting, they're losing their focus on what needs to be accomplished, and that's winning the game. And you don't want to shoot yourself in the foot and become your own enemy.
Right, and so I guess the Engineers did have a pretty good pushback after Canisius scored their very first goal.
Yes.
RPI had a couple of chances to try and get it back. They weren't able to do so, and then as soon as you don't do that, of course, Canisius comes down and gets the goal to pull you within 2.
Yep, exactly, and that's how it happens sometimes. They just, and I know Coach Smith just called the timeout to refocus his group. I'm sure there's some chirping going on out there, and you just got to stick to playing the game and everybody focused on the same page as to what they're trying to accomplish here. Get back to playing hockey, and as you saw when RPI did that in the second period, they dominated.
So, out of the timeout, what is Dave telling them here? What's Coach Smith telling the guys here now down the lead down to 2?
Basically that they were losing focus and letting some of the Canisius
well,
players
okay.
getting under their skin. You gotta brush that off and just continue to play the game.
Puck behind the RPI net.
And stay disciplined.
This is hard, just throws it on goal. Relatively simple right pad save, and Marshall and the Engineers clear it out. And it's back down deflected, so no icing. Laurie Surdy has to play. Leaves it in the corner. Baxter picks it up. A couple players go down in the corner. Didn't look intentional there. No. Dubinsky in front. He was looking for Lappinit. Didn't have his stick on the ice. Maybe he wasn't expecting the pass there.
I think that went through his feet.
I think you're right. Maybe not where it needed to be. Now a cross-ice, cross-crease pass, and Bowman got bumped. Picked up here by the Engineers. 4 to go. Baxter. Walsh. Lifted up the boards. Just to dump it in, really. Lambert turns it around. Fed through the middle, right onto the tape of Jake Johnson. And now Jack Agnew. He takes a hit, picked up Linden. He'll chip it off the boards and out to center. Maybe a chance to break 3-on-1 for RPI. Moving in, Massey drives the net off the mask of the goaltender and out of play, I think, as Hawthorne's looking around for it. Ryan Massey looking for his second goal in as many games there, but couldn't quite steer it by the head of Hawthorne.
Nice play cutting in. I don't know if he realized he had 2 other players with him as he drove the net. He's coming in on his backhand.
Doink.
So you know he's going to have to go off, go to the forehand.
That's a scary feeling. I've been in that situation before, where you have no idea where the puck is. You just kind of back into the net and hope it.
You were a goalie?
Not competitively. I've done it before. I mean, if you believe it or not, I've lost sight of the puck.
Interesting.
I was a skater as a kid, but I've dabbled in goaltending.
Penalty, 16 minutes, 35 seconds.
I just want to know what it's all like to be out there, Coach. So I have to try it all. Here's Kjellberg. Surdy. Up top for Kjellberg again. Wrist shot in. That was blocked and cleared. All while I was rambling on about my very short-lived playing career where there was a penalty on Jackson Decker for slashing. I apologize.
You were having flashbacks.
Yeah, I forgot what I was doing. This is the second power play, if you can believe it, for RPI. The first one was the 5-minute major to DeGrande back in the first period. So after that penalty in the first, it's been 4 in a row for Canisius. And really the most inopportune time for a penalty if you're the Golden Griffins who are trying to come back in this game.
No question. And you know what? RPI here just has to outwork the penalty killers. They got the man advantage. You know, don't keep the puck moving forward.
Slot shot by Tour Linden. It's gloved at by Hawthorne and cleared down the ice. "37 shots in the game for RPI. Obviously a season high. So the third game of the year. I think they had 28 in a game last week. Here's Hullbauer. He took a shot, might have hit the skate of Earn. It comes right back to him. Baxter. Adamo wide. 19 to go on the power play. This will be sent down the ice. Marshall can't slow it down. Penalty killer change for Canisius. Bowman in front, behind Adamo all the way through. Penalty's over. Engineers 0 for 2 on the man advantage tonight. And Adamo shields his man off the puck, but can't control it. Lapide will clear to center. Chopped at by Baxter as we come up on a minute to go in regulation. Stolen away by Jacob Lee.
This is the final minute of play in the period. Last minute of play.
Lee twisting and turning. You love to be 200 feet from your own net here. As it's sent down, picked up by Klee, throws it off the glass, but it's rejected by Martin. Or make that McDermott rather. And an empty netter, it's in the net. Jacob Lee with an empty net goal with 27.4 left. And that's all she wrote. I didn't know if they were going to pull Hawthorne there with a 2-goal game, but I guess why not with a minute or so to go.
Well, you're looking at 27 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah.
Funnier things have happened in a hockey game,
True.
but it would have had to have been real quick.
I guess I might have waited till you get possession in the offensive zone. Not at all to second guess Coach Large, which I'm not going to do. But I didn't see them pulling the goalie only because I didn't see them get set up at all. It was just kind of like almost a spur of the moment kind of thing. But they're running out of time. Walsh throws it back in front. They score. It's Linden from Walsh, and it's 6-2 with 18.4 left.
Well, this is just rubbing salt into a wound. I think that Trevor Linden, he's been working hard. Third game, and he finally gets rewarded, gets himself a goal here. He just redirects that.
Yeah, a little give and go. Nice pass from Walsh.
Real nice pass. He had to elevate that to get it over the defender's stick, and then it's in the air, and Trevor Linden just redirects it. Doesn't shoot it, just redirects it in 5-hole on the goaltender.
You got Vancouver on the brain again, Coach. You're calling him a Trevor. Which
Which
I'm sure he doesn't mind. Because if you're going to get called anyone, Linden, Trevor's not a bad one, but it is Tour, and that's fine. 6 to go in the game. And we got a whistle here.
Didn't I call?
We got a penalty here. Why not? With 2.4 left.
Didn't I call Linden Marshall Trevor Linden?
You did,
last
yes, last weekend,
wow.
yes. We got a lot of Lindens on this team, more than most. We have 2 of them. And now with 2.4, they're going to hit Shane Seller for interference. So another power play here.
Oh, well. What the funny thing is, I almost did it earlier in the game, and I caught myself.
Well, you were caught up in the moment because it's 6-2. And the shot comes in, it was blocked, and they'll do it for the game. Engineers take it 6-2 here, first of 2 games against Canisius, and all you can say is if you're the Golden Griffins is you get to wipe this one away and get after it tomorrow night, which is always a good thing when you lose a game 6-2. But if you're RPI, you have to be happy with the effort, especially after that first period. They scored 6 goals after 20 minutes were gone.
Yes, I agree. I think Coach Smith will be real happy, especially with the second period. But, you know, when you have a team down, you want to continue to keep them down and keep the pressure on them. And he kind of got away. That's why they got back into the game here with 2 goals in the third period. But overall, I think they had an outstanding game and going to the win column.
It's a win and the first of the year for RPI as they pour it on late. They'll have to retake these very same Golden Griffins on tomorrow night, 7 p.m. puck drop. You can watch that one right here on RPI TV and ESPN. For Dan Fridgen, I'm Perry Lascaris. We thank you for watching tonight's game. Your final score for the Houston Fieldhouse was RPI 6, Canisius 2. This has been RPI Hockey.
RPI's 6th goal, scored by number